How many of my former bosses does it take to screw in a light bulb? 2. One to screw in the light bulb and one to suck my dick. Finally out of this hellhole that I used to call a job. We're going to call it the Black Rose Farm, just, I guess, for legal reasons. It's not a farm, actually. It's just a dank warehouse where dreams go to be crushed. I hate this place so bad. Look at what it did to me. You need a scanner to do your job as a picker-packer. If you don't get there 10 minutes early, somebody else has taken the good scanners that actually work because half of them don't. The people that have taken good scanners may be somebody who doesn't even need one. Somebody who works on the other side, but sometimes just chooses to come over when they feel like it. Enter Daniel. I'm going to use his real name because this motherfucker, you need to know that it seems like he's making a good amount of money. Now what he does is up to him. He's labeled a supervisor. He speaks selective English. When he laughs, he sounds like Ricky Ricardo, and he's not afraid to talk Spanish shit right in front of you about you. So many times throughout the day you'll hear Blanco. He only comes over when the woman that he works with wants him to do something and he doesn't feel like it, so he comes over and messes with the pickers. He likes to just talk to people and leave his cart in the way so that nobody else can do their job around him. Like I said, he does whatever he wants, but nobody says anything to him, which is what I'll move on to. We'll call this girl Chrissy. Chrissy is basically the head honcho of the floor. At times, you'll feel bad for her because she has so much to deal with. But she takes it all on herself. She can't handle them. And she can't explain to people what she needs. You start feeling bad for her, you're going to have to start feeling bad for the guy that she's with, whoever that may be at the time. There's a lot of overlap, and it's just whoever happens to be working there the most that she decides to date. And yet, I don't know how that would even work because she's also the type that can't handle the word moist. So, I don't even know what happens in that household. Anyway, you have a hard time respecting somebody like that, and then it doesn't get any better when LeBron shows up. Enter last straw LeBron. He's this 7-foot Haitian dude that shows up one day, and I gotta train him. Okay, no problem. So I train him. The very first thing that I train him in is getting your cart so that it's not in the way so everybody else can work around you. I made this very clear because he's a 7-foot fucking dude. He's not skinny. And he goes on to violate this rule over and over again. Each time I'm telling him to not do it. And others are telling him not to do it. And it just won't fucking click. So whatever, you know, the guy fucking won't get out of the way. But now the guy starts playing music on his phone. You're not supposed to do that. I told him that. Whatever, nobody cares. But now the guy's talking on the phone and nobody's saying a word. When he's not talking on his phone, he's talking to people in the warehouse, which is a big no-no. You're not supposed to do that. You know, you say hello, a couple things, how was your weekend, blah, 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 but you move on. This guy is ready to break bread, and nobody says anything to him. Now, mind you, this is on day 3 or 4. He's been shooting off red flags since day 1, but I tried to, try to give him the benefit of the doubt. But then you learn that he's 35 years old, lives with his mother, hasn't worked in 15 months, and that his mother actually Ubers him to work from Bristol to Torrington 40 minute Uber ride. She buys that for him every day just to get him out of the house, basically, because he's not making enough to even cover that. Finally had it. You know, I can only take so much. I go to Chrissy. Chrissy, I don't ask you for much. This guy has been hanging around waiting to punch out, but not doing anything for 30 minutes. 30 minutes waiting by the punch clock. I can't stay shut about this. Can you just talk to him? The whole time I'm explaining this to her, she's, oh my God, I can't believe it. You know, other people have complained about him too, doing the same thing. So this should be a no-brainer. What are we still talking about? But she's still, you know, you do work hard, Steven, and you do deserve that. I can understand how that would get under your skin. I'll talk to him. She goes over there. He's walking away. He saw her coming, punches out, and goes. She proceeds to yell at everybody else around about what he just did. She is still, to my knowledge, to this day, has not actually spoken to him. One time where he was standing talking for another good 20 minutes. It's crazy how long. When there's 3 minutes until break, she finally goes up and hands him a broom so that he could do something. 3 minutes till break, but he got to eat up that clock for 20. That keeps happening. Like I said, this should be a no-brainer. Just get rid of the guy. It's not worth the two hands because he's not doing anything. No, I'm no angel, okay? The previous seasons, I was pretty much an asshole because they got this new system, and that's where the scanners come in, and half the time they don't work. There's a whole fucking ordeal with that shit. So it made me pissed off most of the time. This season, I came back, had a completely new attitude. I said, you know what, let's make up for my previous reputation. You still walk in there, and people are just... It's so passive-aggressive. I hate to say, you know, it's all women, but it is. So they won't actually tell you something's wrong. They'll just kind of be nasty to you. And you walk into that every single day, it tears you down a little bit after a while. Especially when you factor in that I was the guy that they would go to for shit that nobody else wanted to do. When you do that and you're still treated like a dick every day, and then you see last straw LeBron come in and nobody has your back about it. It's impossible to work at a place where there's absolutely no support. It's a fucking circus in there. If you buy plants from this place, good luck. Because it's just fuckery all around. There have been a lot of problems with people getting their plants because, well, to be honest, a butterfly could set that place on fire. One fluttering little pretty bug, everybody just drops what they're doing, and there's a bunch of fucking space cadets in there. And there's nobody to round them up and keep them focused. Hell, somebody found a fucking dead bird. Somebody packed a dead bird and sent it to somebody. Now, this could absolutely be just some psychotic woman that opened up her plant, threw a dead bird in there, and then took a picture of it and sent it. But the fact that they're being compensated for it because Chrissy doesn't know if that's the case, because it's entirely possible that they sent a dead bird to a woman. I work for a dude that I respect the hell out of, who, if you're doing something wrong, will let you know about it immediately so that it doesn't keep happening. It's a real world that I work in now, with consequences for poor actions and rewards for good ones, the way that it should be, but just isn't over at the Black Rose Farm, which is just a